Back to part 2 of Mooseltoe. Let's see if he finds a tree. No tree, sighed a sad moose as he came home empty-handed that snowy eve. The kids tried to make the best of it. They said, "Oh, so who needs a tree?" But Moose could plainly see that they were short on the glee. He knew he had to do something, and that's just what he did. In the empty corner he stood and spread his arms out very wide. Then he smiled at his children and he winked at his bride. "Kids," he declared, "fetch your forgetful pop some of that tried and true family glop." So back came the kids, carrying a big pot of glue, and without a word to one another, they knew just what to do. They each took a part, grabbing strands, taking hold. Then carefully, oh so carefully, they glopped and they plopped. They pasted and they pressed. They curled and twirled every which way a follicle could fathom, until Moose's magnificent mustache was indeed even more of a marvel to see. Moose was just a few needles shy of being an evergreen tree. They strung Moose with lights from his head to his toes and draped him with tinsel, beginning right with his nose. They hung balls that were shiny and bells that twinkled, candy canes, berries, and plums sugar sprinkled. Then they all stood back. Junior plugged in his pop. Ooh, ah! Yes, Moose truly was one incredible sight. He was glorious and glowing, and boy, oh boy, was he ever bright. Then Junior placed the star on top of Moose's head. He gave him a kiss and a pat, and they all headed off to bed. Except Moose, of course. He stayed in the corner instead, still twinkling and blinking and waiting for Santa. Oh, so it wasn't so simple and it wasn't so easy. And okay, it wasn't so perfectly perfect. But do you know what? It was pretty close. Ho, ho, ho.